Alright, so we're here, we're going to do a little test of what the ski's throwing. This is unique for us because normally we've got 10 speakers, 15 speaker systems, and in this case we have two, which here we're going to run the Fosgate. We also run the kicker as well. We have a sub on here, which is the down firing sub with passive radiator. This thing kills it, does really well, but we've got it disconnected here. But just to show you what can be done if you want to add a sub, what I did is a sub there, and then of course the cooler on top. But we're looking at the pods here. And so what we're going to do is just go at distance, basically going how far away down there this thing is throwing. So let me kill this and we'll start it up from out there. Alright, we decided to go further here. This is the main entrance, but this will give you a reference point. So there's that trash can. Alright, so we're doing an audio distance test here. This is just two speakers on our seadoo. Of course, we have very large, rigid enclosures. We happen to be running Fosgate today. We run kicker as well. They're pretty comparable. But this gives you an idea of audio throw distance. Excuse the shaking. I have to move sideways because she can't see me to turn it on. Hopefully she can see me now. Let's see. Hopefully you can get an idea here of how far away we are. So this is how far away we are. Give you an idea, just point reference. We'll drive this so you can see how far it is. Basically we're right by this trash can in that truck, you can see there. Again, two speakers. We are running 600 watts to these. So this is where we started. Obviously there's the truck and trash can where the ski and box truck was parked. So we're gonna go ahead and just drive this to give you an idea how far it is. Unfortunately, that yellow semi just left. Alright, so the yellow semi was about here that you saw in frame. Coming up here on the left is the trash can and that truck. So we were basically right here. So that's your distance. Two speakers, 600 watts, the combination of larger driver, proper power, and more importantly airspace and more rigid enclosures can make pods do crazy things. So there you go. Anybody's welcome to come out and see this in person if they'd like. But that is Wetbox, and that is 2/8 on our seadoo GXP. Right, I thought I'd pop in here. We do these distance videos to give you an idea of how functionally loud they are, how far they throw, but the most important thing for us is the quality of sound. If you go through our reviews, pushing 1,000 now, you'll see over and over again, you know, concert sound, system like I've never heard, other systems sounds like sound bars in comparison. What they're primarily speaking to is the advantages when you mix an 8-inch driver with proper airspace, you get a fullness in sound, and of course that significant added output that can do distances like this. But the most important thing is that that sound is full. You know, at this ski with these two ported 8s, you know, it represents almost like a subwoofer. Very, very full sound. That's the most important thing to us. That's the thing we're after the most. There are other setups out there, bullet tweeters and paper cones and stuff like that, that you can get volume out of. But if you look at them like if they were on an EQ, it looks like you've completely sweep the mid-range, sweep the bass, and push the treble up through the roof. So you get this real harsh sound. Often that's mistaken for being louder at the position because it's just hard on the ears, like a siren. So with us, we're after this full sound, which represents the music as it's recorded. The further departure you get from a flat EQing, the more the music is not what it was meant to be. So yes, we like distance and we like loud, but at the end of the day, frankly, you don't listen to it this loud all the time. The key is that you have a fullness in sound. When acoustic guitar comes in, bass guitar, there's all those frequencies that make music beautiful that you either have or you don't. So just gives you an idea what we do here. 8-inch enclosures in almost all of our vehicles, supported by tons of airspace, proper power, rigid enclosure material. All these things combine on each other, almost multiply on each other, and you get something that you just don't get anywhere else. So appreciate you checking it out.